Hello everyone, today we're going to be working on example 2-3 to resolve the horizontal 600-pound force into components acting along the U and B axis and determining the magnitude of these components. So what I like doing is I like drawing off these forces to the side. And then from there, what I like doing is I like copying and pasting them. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take that V component and just draw it off to the side. We're going to take the U component and we're going to do the same thing so we could close off this parallelogram. And then the 600 pounds that were given to us, basically the one that cuts this right down the middle. I know that it doesn't look exactly the same, but just imagine. What we did is we took these three things that were given to us and we drew a parallelogram with it. From there, we have to find the angles of these two triangles. So what was given to us were these two angles. So from that, we could actually find this missing angle right here, because I don't know if you guys could tell, but this is a straight line, meaning that the sum of these three angles have to equal 180. So all that we have to do is just subtract 30 and 30, so 60 from 180, giving us this angle right here, which is this angle right here, and that gives us an angle of 120 degrees. And then, since these two triangles are the same, we know that this angle is the same as this angle, so this angle is also 120 degrees. And then this angle right here is this angle, so we know that that angle is 30 degrees. And then we know that the sum of a triangle has to equal 180. So then all that we need to do is subtract 120 and 30 from 180. And then so 120 plus 30, that it gives you 150. So that means that this angle is also 30 degrees. And we know that this one's the same as that one. This one's the same as that one. Okay, so now that we found those angles, the only thing that's left to do is now we have to determine the magnitude of these two components. So to do that, what I like doing is I like writing here to the side, what are the things that we know? What are the things that we already have? So known. What are some known things? Well, we already know the value of the three angles. And we know one of the sides, which is 600 pounds. So we know one side. So we know three angles and one side. And by that, we could know that we could use the sine law to find the missing two, to find the other two sides that are missing. And with that, we're gonna take a look at this and we're just gonna use one triangle just so we don't get mixed up. So I'm gonna erase this triangle right here. And we're gonna be working with this triangle right here. So let's just label, this is our 600. This is our U. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but we took the V and we drew it exactly on this side. That means that this one right here, this side right here is our V. Okay, now using the sine law, we're gonna find the sides U and V. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our given side that was given to us, which was 600 pounds. So we're gonna do 600 pounds all over sine of, we're gonna take its opposite angle from it, which is 30, so sine of 30. And then that will equal, we're gonna find the U component first. So we're gonna take f of U, that's the side that we're trying to find, and sine of, we're gonna see what's the angle opposite to that side, which is the 120. So sine of 120. Now the only thing left to do is to solve for f of U. So f of U is equal to 600 pounds times sine of 120 all over sine of 30. And then all you have to do is simply plug that into your calculator. Something to note is you want to make sure that your calculator is in degrees and not radians, because if it's in radians, it's going to give you a different answer. So 600 times sine of 120 all over sine of 30 should give you f of u should give you 1,039.23 pounds. So that right there is the magnitude of the u component right here. That's part of the answer. And now we're going to try to find the v component. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our known side and known angle, which is the 600 pounds, and then the sine of 30. But now we're going to try to find the v side. So we're going to take f of v and then its opposite side, which is the 30. So we're going to write that over here. So f of v over sine of 30. So from that, we just got to solve for f of v, and that should give us 600 pounds times sine of 30 all over sine of 30. And then we're going to input that into our calculator. So 600 times sine of 30 all over sine of 30. And that should give us 600 pounds. And just like that, we were able to find the magnitude of these components, which is the U and V component. So this U component has a magnitude of, oh sorry, this U component right here has a magnitude of 1,039.23, and this one had a magnitude of 600 pounds.